Hey, what's going on, Pats Nation? Welcome to another edition of the Cans Pats Talk Patriots podcast. Also, happy Thanksgiving Eve to you guys, man. I hope tomorrow, well, we're gonna get into this in a little bit. Hope tomorrow y'all have a pretty good Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much. Don't get fat off too much turkey, man. Be safe tonight and all that, man. But we are gonna get into the Colts tonight, very briefly tonight. We're gonna recap our game, the Patriots last game last week from the Dolphins, real quick. The Colts just played the Detroit Lions last week. I think they lost 24-6 or something like that. But I do have a special guest coming here tonight, Coach Shot, man. We have collabed on a few shows in the past. So I'm fortunate enough for him to be back on with me tonight, man. What's going on with you, bro?
Hey, what's going on, man? How are you?
Pretty good, man. What's new? What's new with you?
Nothing much, man. It's been a roller coaster season so far, but we're hanging in there. But other than that, I've been pretty good, man. Turkey Day tomorrow, so getting ready for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you be safe out there, man. Hey, so few y'all in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button on YouTube. Make sure you go. Make sure you subscribe. And also, you still on YouTube, right, Coach Shot?
Yes, sir. Coach Shock, the one and only.
Yeah, head over to his Coach Shaw. If some of my Patriots fan, if y'all like Colts content or y'all fans of the Colts, if y'all got friends that like the Colts, go over there. Make sure you check them out, man. Hey, let's not waste no time, man. Last week, well, briefly, we lost to the Dolphins last week. Got blown. I did a show earlier this week where there was a bad performance, man. I like what I'm seeing from my rookie quarterback. We're going to get into that and much more a little bit later in the show, but let's start with the Detroit Lions, a team that plays tomorrow. Y'all just lost to them. I think it was 24-6, I believe, or something like that. What happened, man, and what really stood out to you in that game?
So what happened was pretty much a disaster on top of disasters, obviously. The offensive line was pretty poor in production wise, trying to protect the quarterback. We had a bunch of rookies on the offensive line as well, because due to injuries, so we had to call those guys up. Next man up is the policy in Indiana, but we had a lot of rookies in the offensive line. They struggled the week before that against the Jets, and then going up against Detroit, it was a pretty much formidable opponent, one of the best teams in the NFL. It didn't make it any easier. So they've been having their struggles on the protection side. But Anthony Richardson still had the chance to do his thing and showcase his talent, things of that nature. Of course, the stats won't say that, but if you watch the game back and see all of his throwing motions, his posture, his stance in the pocket, and things of that nature, he really shows his improvement since the whole tap out situation. But other than that, like I said, it was just poor offensive line blocking wise, and then a lot of penalties. There was a lot of penalties against the Colts. Of course, a lot of people, if they watched
Sloppy.
the game, yeah, it was just sloppy performance. A lot of people are going to probably criticize the referees when the situation, but lo and behold, it was just the Colts just not doing their jobs. They were undisciplined, very undisciplined, and I mentioned that in the previous show. Going up against a top team like the Detroit Lions, you got to be on your A game. You gotta execute on both sides of the football and play very polished football, and it just wasn't clean at all. So that pretty much caused the disaster of the game. Of course, like we pretty much held them to 10 points in the second half,
That's
which
me.
was not a lot of teams that can do. So I still give us props where credit is due. But overall, I mean, we had a chance to try to make something happen, but the penalties pretty much caused a lot of big explosion plays for the Colts.
I think y'all got up on them. Was it 10 zip or 3 zip? I want to say 3 zip. Y'all probably got up on them. And then
Yes.
I seemed like it kind of went down here for them. I watched a little bit of the review of that game, the all 22, and some highlights of it. I think I seen Anthony Richardson. He missed some throw. He didn't get helped by some drop. I think Josh Downs had a drop. Speaking of Downs, I don't think he's going to play this week. Is
Yeah,
he? Is he?
he is questionable to play. But lo and behold, the injury is not as bad as we thought it would be. So he's going to be on the daily checkup. So we'll
I think I
see
seen
if that.
Steichen say something about that. It's gonna be tough for him to play. So, but
Mhm.
he's not counting them out. So that's probably Trent. If I had to bet, probably he's probably not. I think y'all do have a couple injuries on the offensive line too.
Yes, the offensive line is still banged up, but we might be getting Bernard Ryman back soon. Ryan Kelly be coming back soon as well, which is who we need, especially for this last stretch of the season. And if Downs don't play, we just go ahead and swing over to our next guy, AD Mitchell, who needs to get more reps anyway.
We're gonna get an 80 Mitchell. So is Ronnie Kelly? Is he playing this week or?
He's still questionable. I'm pretty sure on Friday we'll get the final results, but he has been practicing, so that's a good sign.
Speaking of AD Mitchell, man, y'all got three. Well, not counting Downs because Downs probably not gonna play. Y'all got three big receivers. Alec Pierce got some size. I like Alec Pierce. Michael Pittman, underrated. I think he's a number one, but he's very underrated. Y'all paid him this offseason, so obviously y'all feel the same about him. AD Mitchell, I wanted my Patriots. We're gonna get into this. Sure, I wanted us to take AD Mitchell because we needed that outside X receiver. Y'all took him. I think he hasn't really did much, but then again, y'all had problems at quarterback. I think he was like fourth as the receiver because you got I think Downs is in the slot, Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman. So he's fourth in the pecking order. So the opportunity hasn't really been getting there. But I know he had a pretty decent game against the Jets, caught a couple passes. I thought he scored on that play where he beat Sauce Gardner, but he didn't. Man, we took Jalen freaking Polk, and he's not giving us nothing. Y'all got AD Mitchell, man. What have you seen from AD, man? And what are you looking forward to this week in this game?
AD Mitchell has probably one of the best hands on the team. Of course, Downs is unguardably the best receiver in my opinion. Michael Pittman Jr. is number one, but when it comes to AD Mitchell, you just see the progression. Of course, when he came in his first game, he looked rusty, a lot of sloppy technique, things of that nature. But his footwork is still one of the best out there. And when he's able to go out there and get the ball, even the yards out the catch, when he's going across the middle, things of that nature, he makes plays happen. He's better matched up on the outside.
Yeah,
But his talent is just unheard of. He just has to be on the field, and that's kind of the situation we have when we have so many receivers and so much talent, and you don't know how to split the reps and things of that nature. Like he's a rookie, he's not going to get every rep, so he has to earn it pretty much. But as the season progressed and came on, and he got his chance every time, he explodes and makes big plays. So hopefully his time comes, we do get more plays for him because there's packages that you can involve Mitchell and pretty
yeah.
much get you down the field with ease because he's just that talented. He just has to get the field.
And with Downs being hurt, do you I think Ashton Dillon he got hurt too. I don't know if he's gonna play, but with AD Mitchell, do you think he'll replace Downs in the slot? Cause Downs mainly a slot guy, right? Or do you
Right.
think AD would be outside and Alec Pierce probably go in the slot?
I will put Pierce in the slot and AD Mitchell outside. Of course, AD Mitchell can do either or, but for a better success rate, I would probably put AD Mitchell outside.
Jonathan Taylor, he's kind of hasn't his stats ain't really leaping off the screen right now, but we can get the matchup a little deeper in the matchup in a minute. We're gonna have to probably put 8-9 in the box to contain Jonathan Taylor and May Anthony Richardson. We know Anthony Richardson. I think he's not Drake Mayish, but he's a little erratic in the pocket at times. Accuracy can be his footwork can be a mess, and he doesn't have a lot of experience because he didn't start a lot of games in college. So with Anthony Richardson, the plan, if I'm the Patriots, I'm crowding the box, start Jonathan Taylor, and then you got to start the design runs that Anthony Richardson like to do too. And make it, Anthony Richardson, I think he's a tough guy. Reminds me a little bit of Cam Newton. He'll give you one, you just got to catch it. He'll give you a couple opportunities to catch the ball. You better catch it and whatnot. But he does, I want to say it's the Jets game. He made some nice throws on third downs to bring them back in that game. Then last week, he had a couple nice throws too, but like y'all couldn't cash in, didn't execute. What are you seeing from Anthony so far since he's came back from the benching? And what did you take? Do you think he needed that benching to put Flacco in? And can you see a different Anthony Richardson right now?
Obviously, I would say yes. Since the benching, I feel like it opened his eyes up a little bit more to know the trust factor and how much he has to lock in. Of course, preparation and everything, it takes time. So, the whole bench situation, of course, it caught us off guard, so we didn't know the situation at hand and what to do. But I feel like this process was good for him. Of course, we could have did this at the beginning of the season, but the Colts will never do nothing but surprise you. So, of course, it was pretty much late in the season, but this is what we needed. This is what Richardson needed. Obviously, from gameplay wise, of course, he looks more clean. He looks more composed, taking his time, making the reads, and he trusts in his arm. Of course, he knows the ball placements and where his eyes can see and where to get the ball at, but he just had to trust himself. And he's been sliding a little bit more and throwing the ball out of bounds and being more cautious. And that was one of the things, just protecting the football was one of the issues going into this since the break. But it was a good thing to see. Of course, we see the development and the growth at the quarterback position for Richardson. So it's a good sign, obviously. And that's the things you just want to see if you want to make this guy your quarterback for the future.
Yeah, also, and I think y'all moving on to your defensive line. I like Quiddy Pay out of Michigan, I believe. I like Quiddy Pay. Y'all got another guy. He has a crazy name, 80 Ajo or something like that. You do have DeForest Buckner. Y'all got my boy Latu from UCLA, I think. Y'all got him. Man, look, I was on a show earlier, and I said like a lot of Patriots people, like creators and media people, they're like, man, this is a winnable game for us. And we've had a bad year, but we're rebuilding. And we will get into Drake May in a minute, what you think about him and what you whatnot. But a lot of people just like they say, hey, this is a winnable game. We should beat the Colts and blah blah and all this. I'm like, whoa, I think this Colts team, I think y'all roster is absolutely better than us. I think y'all have an underrated team or whatnot. I think y'all have kind of been dealt a bad hand. And what are y'all 5-6, I believe?
Correct.
Yeah, so like I think like how you feel about the matchup with the Patriots? Because I think y'all are an underrated team. That did we played we did a show last year, prior to the Germany game. That defensive line, now this is a whole different team. That defensive line gave us issues, and I think I was texting you back before during the game like that defensive line gave us issues and whatnot. And DeForest Buckner, he's been a problem since he's with San Francisco. He's a problem. And we're probably gonna start a different offensive line this week, like our 10th different offensive line. Like again, like I don't think this Colts team is getting a lot of credit, man. So just opening thought, what you think about the matchup with the Patriots and what's really stood out to you about the Patriots?
I think against this matchup, when we look at it, we're 5-7, by the way.
Yeah, 5-7, 5-7.
Yeah. So for this matchup, I feel like we play down to the competition a lot. Of course, when you have Shane Steichen as the coach, one of the best minds in football,
Mhm.
it just comes down to the players at the end of the day. Like
He's
he
an
draws up.
offensive guy, right?
Yes, he is
Yeah,
an offensive guy. He has a great mind and great philosophy when it comes
I
to
like Steichen.
yeah, when it comes to the offense. But it just comes down to execution at the end of the day. Like you can put the players in the best position to go make a play, but they have to do the results. I mean, Steichen can't go out there and do the play himself. So at the end of the day, I feel like that's where we fall down on a lot of games. It just comes down to straight execution. Matching up against the Patriots is a good matchup for us. Of course, it might be a test still, but through this drought, through the slump that we had of games from the past few weeks, I feel like this is one of the games where it can pretty much be a wake up call for the Colts.
Mhm.
And we do match up pretty good against you guys, and we can't take you guys for no slouch either. I think you guys shown a lot of potential to actually be good for the future. You're pretty much setting up your future plan with this roster. So, Drake May coming in, I feel like I like his talent. He's one of the most ready quarterbacks out of the draft, in my opinion. Coming into this league, he was just waiting on his time. That's all it was. So
Oh, so
I think
you like Drake May coming out?
yeah, I think he has a pretty good game at the quarterback position, especially for you guys. The way you guys processed him to be ready for the quarterback position, just waiting on this moment, I think was a good process. And he's shown it. He's shown the signs of potential to be the guy for you guys. He just got to go out there and play. And I think that you can say that for any rookie quarterback coming into the league. They just got to get experience on the field, man. I mean, sitting on the sideline doesn't do you much, but once you get that in-game speed and actually get the game to slow down for you, you start to see, okay, is this guy the guy or not? And I think May shown potential that he can put that thing out there. So he got a good arm on him. You
Yeah,
can't take him for granted for sure. If you give him a chance to go out there and dissect, he's going to dissect. So
yeah.
that's a good thing for you guys. And the run game for the Colts will have to be one of the deciding factors for this week matchup. Of course, the last few weeks it hasn't been there, but like I said, the rookies on the offensive line, they've been getting pretty much been getting demolished for the last few weeks. So
Oof.
this will have to be a wake up call for them, and I think this could be a sign of change if they can go out there and win their block matchups and things like that, and get Jonathan Taylor to do what he does best. And Jonathan Taylor better more than I do. So
Man, I do. I
it's
remember a couple of years ago. I want to say, I hate you bringing it up. I want to say the 2020. No, it was Mac Jones' rookie year. We
Mhm.
went because we play you guys like every year. We
Right.
went down there. Andy. It was I want to say a Saturday night game, I think. And we went down there. Y'all had Carson Wentz then, and man, Jonathan Taylor. He hit his heel in the goalpost. That hole was so wide open, man. He ran through it, and with that, it seemed like ever since then we've been going down since that game. It seemed like, man, I don't know what happened, but yeah, oh man, that game. Then I think we played y'all the next year. I think we blew you guys out. Y'all had Sam Ellinger at quarterback, I believe.
Yep.
So we've had some battles the past couple of years, man.
Yeah, we did. I think Shaquille Leonard caught a pick that game against Mac
Yeah, he
Jones.
did. Yep, Matt threw two, man.
Yeah.
Y'all, that was that was the beginning of the end of Mac Jones. I think the league has started to figure him out. Man, we got a couple comments here. Gabriel, what's up? MLA, appreciate it. Y'all make sure I hit that like button on YouTube and subscribe to the Kansas Pat Start. Also, go with the coach's site if you're not already over there. Gabriel again, Pat stuff hurting my eyes. LOAJ, just get it, go Colts. All right, all right. I'm gonna say Cristobal Lugo. Hope I said that right. Let's go, Coach Shot, and let's go, Coach. All right. Some of your guys up in here, man.
Hmm.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Make sure I hit that like button. Move up to the defense. What's going on with your defense? You think your defense is getting enough credit, or you think they are? Because I looked at some of the rankings for the 2024 team. I don't know if they're accurate or what, but I see y'all kind of about close to the bottom. What you think about it? Because last year y'all was pretty good. I don't know who y'all. I think Gus Bradley still y'all D coordinator, right?
Yes.
So I think y'all run a lot of zone, probably cover three zone, some
Hmm.
fire blitz. Y'all blitz. Y'all don't think y'all blitz a lot, but y'all do blitz a little bit. What have you liked? What have you disliked about the defense?
I think we started the blitz more than what we were previously. Early in the year, we were still trying to find out the sink and groove for the defense. Of course, it led to a lot of mishaps and things of that nature. But as the season progressed, the defense gotten better, and that's becoming the strong suit of this team, honestly, in my opinion. And a lot of people don't give Gus Bradley credit for the adjustment he made, but I feel like Gus Bradley definitely get his flowers for this season, man. He tried. This team is bend but don't break, and they hold their own when they have the chance to. But the problem was the consistency on the field because the poor games on the offensive side with the Joe Flacco scenario and things of that nature, it just left the defense out there to dry, and they've been on the field for too long, probably gassed out of energy. So of course they couldn't execute, but when it comes to turnovers, things of this nature, the Colts is one of those teams that can do it. This team definitely can hold offenses to under 17 points and a half and things of that nature. Some of the best offenses out there. Josh Allen threw 2 interceptions last week. The Lions, Jared Goff can barely do out there. They had to run the football to get in the end zone. So this team is no slouch when it comes to the defensive performances. The defensive line definitely puts pressure on the quarterback, and the secondary has been quietly good in my opinion as well. Jalen Jones is having one of the best seasons I've seen, and he's one of the young guys coming in that earned his spot. Of
He
course,
come from Chicago, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a different one.
Okay. Okay. No.
Yeah.
No. No. I know you. Yeah. Jalen. Y'all draft? Did y'all draft Jalen Jones?
Yes.
Bingo. Y'all did. Okay. I be getting the mix. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, me too. Trust me. But Jalen Jones is one of those guys that earned his spot. It was a question mark going into this to the season about the secondary, and I think the secondary pretty much held their own with what we got. We know we lost Juju Brents earlier in the
I was
season.
about to say I like him coming out. Man, got some size to him. And boy, he's been hurt. Is he coming
Yeah,
back this year? Or he out for the year?
he out for the year. He'll be back next season.
Okay.
And he's one of the guys
Mhm.
that the Ballard and those guys they put a lot of faith in him. So he got to go out there and pretty much solidify his spot. But other than that, Samuel Walmack claimed off waivers, had himself a
Mhm.
good season so far. And Jalen Jones, like I said, stand out. Kenny Moore is being himself. And Nick Cross is one of those guys that finally earned his spot on the field and become one of the solidified safeties for the Colts. So this team has potential to go out there and make some noise. They just got to they got to execute, and it's that simple. If the offense can do their part, the defense can hold their own as well. But just due to the lack of offense, the defense has been left out to dry. So that's where the struggles come in.
Where would you say the weakness is for the defense? Like if you was the Patriots or any other team, where would you attack this Colts defense?
The middle of the field, the middle linebacker, the linebacker core is a great core when it comes to tackling and getting the football. But when it comes to pass coverage like that, you can see inconsistencies, and that's just due to the defensive scheme. I mean, you
Mhm.
can put anybody at that linebacker group that have a pair of hands that can go out there and catch the football. Not everybody can be Fred Warner, but this group is a good group. But when it comes to pass coverage in the middle of the field, it can get slept on and things of that nature. So that could probably be the weak spot to just cover in the middle of the field. But other than that, like on outside coverages and things of that nature, we probably can pretty much compete with anybody. But the middle of the field would be the biggest issue.
Now the Patriots, we don't have. I don't think we have a number one. I don't think we have a number two. We might have a number three receiver in Demar Pop Douglas. But if you had a circle like a player, like, hey, okay, listen, if we want to win this game, we got to stop this guy. Rather it's Ramondre Stevenson, or rather it's getting after Drake May, or rather it's hell, you might think much better about the receivers than I do. What would worry you or keep you up at night if you're trying to defend this Patriots offense?
It'll be Drake May. Of course,
Okay.
Stevenson can explode at any moment. That guy's he's really good. So, but if Drake May can get comfortable and take his time, if there's no pressure, because we could see weaknesses like if DeForest Buckner is going to probably wreak havoc. But if Drake May can get
Ugh.
comfortable and take his time and the game slow down for him, it could be a long week. Like Jared Goff, he didn't really dissect us, but the third downs was the biggest issue last week. So I mean, third downs has been an issue all year. So like I said, if Drake May can shred us on third down, it's just going to be a long day, and that's pretty much what's going to keep me up at night is third down situations.
What's okay coming into the season? What was your expectation for the coach? Was it make the playoffs, win the division? Cause you know the Houston Texans, they got all the hype, and I know it's probably. I'm about to ask you like which team in the division. I always ask people which team in the division do you cannot stand. In the page in my division, I don't like the Jets. I don't really like the Dolphins like that, but I could. I don't if it was somebody to win the division, I think I would want Miami to win. Now I know Buffalo's going to win it. I cannot have Buffalo win the Super Bowl. Oh my God, it's gonna be crazy. We've owned it for years, but Miami always gives us issues. Or here we can. It's like a black cat. It's a house of horrors. We never can win in Miami. Every time we go down there, it's some weird, crazy mess happens. Tua, I don't think Tua gets a lot of credit. Now I do think it's that the scheme, and they got some good receivers around them. But I feel like Miami gives us issues. Which team in the AFC South, like you think, gives our issue or that you cannot stand?
Well, it's a two-part question. The team that gives us the issues the most is the Jacksonville Jaguars. The
Yeah,
team
y'all
that
can't win down there.
Yeah, Jacksonville Jaguars. A lot of people say we're cursed, but I just feel like we're just never prepared to fully compete this team. No
Right.
matter who's at the quarterback position, um, it's just been rough for going against the Jaguars. I think Andrew Luck is the only quarterback that can pretty much save us for beating them. But other than that, that's the team um, that we can never beat. The team I don't like the most is the Titans, honestly.
Why is that?
Because I mean they go out there. You remember the whole era when they were stepping on logos and things of that nature. They
Yeah,
have this persona like they've won something, but they never won anything, and their fans
right.
is just as bad. So
Tighten
it,
up.
yeah,
It's a
it leaves a
guy
bad
out
taste in
there.
my mouth.
It's a guy out there. He's on. You might know. I think he's on. I think Titan Anderson or whatnot. Man, yeah, I see him a lot of what. I don't know if he ever did content when and whatnot, but I try to get him on the show and some other stuff came on and whatnot. But man, I be seeing him up on a lot of posts and stuff like that. I'll be like, bro, Tennessee has not done much, man. Like they haven't even really been relevant since when they had what Tannehill and you probably can go before then or whatnot. I mean,
Hmm.
they really haven't did much or whatnot. Them Titan fans something serious. And look at them now, they're back in the top five. Probably well, they won last week. I don't know how they went to Houston and win that game. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, the Texans been on a slump as of far, and I feel like it's a normal process for
The
quarterbacks.
offensive line.
Yeah, it's going to be a slump for Stroud, sophomore slump. That's what they call it. So of course he was going to have moments like this. I kind of predicted it as well, so I pat myself on the back. But they just leaving the window open for anybody to take it, and the Colts is one of those teams. Like we still have a chance to make the playoffs. We just got to win out this stretch, which is going to be tough.
How do you feel about the Texans? I thought you was gonna say the Texans are the team you don't really like because they had all the offseason hype. But what's your opinion on the Texans?
The Texans are a good team, but I never feared the Texans. As crazy as you may think, I mean, you can ask around people I make content with; they're going to agree with me. But I've never feared the Texans, no matter how good or off season they had. Of course, they got Stroud, and I was like, he's going to be solid. But I never feared the Texans because if you look at the matchups, every game we played, we had a chance to beat them. It come down to single scores. So I've never feared the Texans. Like I said, it just comes down to execution, and that's been the case all season. Honestly.
Okay, man. Hey, let's go ahead and wrap it up, man. We do a little bit of rapid fire right quick. Standout player for the game this Sunday, Patriots coach. Who's gonna be your X factor?
X factor for this game is it offense and defense?
Yeah, you can do both. Uh-huh.
All right, so X factor for offense, I'm going to go with Anthony Richardson, and
Mm.
X factor for defense, I'm gonna go Jalen Jones.
And shout out to EJ Speed, linebacker for the Colts. Underrated. He's like that. He's one of them ones. I do like him, and I like Julian Blackman in the secondary too. So you said on offense, Anthony Richardson. On defense, who?
Jalen Jones.
Jalen Jones. So which on Anthony Richardson stat line for the game?
I'm gonna go 2 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown.
Okay, if he's doing that, Jonathan Taylor probably ain't doing too much.
I mean, he can get us down there. He has a hard time finishing, so he can get us down the field. I don't know about getting in the end zone; it'll be great. But I feel like Richardson's gonna get it.
Also, real quick before we get into my next one, I like y'all. I don't feel like you receive it. I do think in the draft or this off season, y'all need to get a tight end. I think y'all lack something in the middle of the field. Do y'all still have Mo Alley Cox?
Yep.
Yeah, y'all still got him, but I do think y'all need some versatility. Y'all haven't really had that tight end position right since it's been a while. But I think
Yeah.
y'all do need. I thought y'all was gonna get Brock Bowers in the draft or whatnot.
A lot of
But
people regret that decision. They want Bowers. Yeah.
boy, he is tearing it up and with the Raiders, and the Raiders ain't got nothing on offense. But Jacoby Myers, former Patriot.
Hmm.
But I do think y'all lack something in the middle of the field, and maybe like a third down running back too, behind Jonathan Taylor. Quiddy Pay, 2 sacks or less in this game. Well, two
Uh,
sacks or more, yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go less.
Less than 2 sacks. And you say your standout player is going to be
Jalen
uh,
Jones.
Yeah, Jalen Jones. Okay, all right. So do you think Anthony Rich going to throw a pick this game?
No, I don't think he will.
I don't think he's thrown one since he been back.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope.
My X factor is going to be, I think, Pop Douglas. He was on the injury report today with an ankle injury, but I think he's going to be. By the way, him and Josh Downs are real good friends, and Josh Downs was catching and passing and touchdown from Drake May. So I kind of hate he won't be able to see him this weekend. My X factor, I think Pop Douglas is going to go for about 7, 8 catches, about 60, 70 plus yards and maybe a touchdown finally. He ain't had a touchdown since we played Houston by the good Drake May first start. I think Marjorie Stevenson should have a solid day. I think your run defense can be had a little bit. So I think Marjorie Stevenson gonna have a solid day. And we do get Dietrich Wise back on defense. I think him and Keon White and Barmore, his third game back, getting fully healthy. Look like Jabril Peppers gonna be back for this game. I think we're gonna have a if your offense line's banged up, as I've been seeing on Twitter, as you
Mm-hmm.
say, I think we can have a field there. I don't think we'll get them 9 or 10 times like we did Chicago, but I think we can get about 4 sacks on Richardson. Barr might get another sack. Wise get a sack. Keon White might have a monster day. That's my prediction for the game. So all right, prediction for the score of the game, man. What you got? Who's gonna win?
I'm gonna go. Of course, I'm gonna be biased, so I'm gonna choose the Colts, but I'm gonna go 27-13.
27-13
Mm-hmm.
in New England. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
we haven't won this since 2006, but it's a changing of the
It's
guard. So
Yeah, it seemed like y'all do for one, but man, we done lost two straight. Um, I think we got to win this game. Now, a little bit of me, I want to lose, but make it be competitive because I want that draft. You feel me? I'm one of them
Patriots
people.
fan, I heard say that.
Huh?
You're not the only Patriots fan I heard
Yeah,
say that.
yeah. Like I want that draft, man. Cause right now we sitting at 4. So if we win, I think the way I looked at it, we probably will fall back a little bit. I want to stay that top because I want to get my boy on for Arizona, Tevin Miller. That's who
Mm,
I want. We do need Will Campbell. We could use a tackle too, but I'll let it get Tevin Miller Arizona. We need that outside receiver, man. Winning really does nothing for us but hurt us. I mean, it hurts us. But for the culture, if you're trying to get on free agents in the offseason, we're gonna have a lot of cap space. We do need to start putting some wins on. I think we'll win. I got a feeling. I think we're gonna win this game, but I think it's gonna be a struggle, man. I think this Colts team, that defense line gonna give us problems. You know who we're gonna have on offensive line starting. I need Drake May to take care of the ball. He's been turning over the ball a little bit. Take care of that ball. Get the run game going. Get the receivers involved. And I think on defense, like I said, Anthony Richardson, I think he's trying to turn the corner a little bit, but I think he can be had. I think if you hang in there, he will give you one. He's gonna make a play or two, but he'll give you one. You just got to catch it. So I think we just need to. I think we can win this game. I don't think it'd be a high score. And I'm gonna say like 23-17, something like 23-16, 23-17. I think Drake May. This might be the Drake May coming out party. We're gonna need it. We're gonna need it if we want to have any success in this game, man. So that's my thoughts on the game. Real quick, get to a couple of these comments right quick. Shoot, bro, gotta respect the Kobe in the background. Appreciate it, man. Christopher, I appreciate it. I respect Kobe. Let's go Celtics. I'm not a Laker fan. I'm actually a Kevin Durant fan. Let me see. Weakness is O line depth, no block, no run, no pass. I'm assuming you're talking about the Colts.
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, man. Pretty good stream, man. Hey, let everybody know because a few people let everybody know where they can find you at or whatnot.
yeah. Find me it's Culture Shock on Apple, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever, Instagram, TikTok. I'm all over. So just look up the Culture Shock, and that's where I'll be at. You pretty much find me weekly, Monday and Wednesday, and that's pretty much it.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, man, appreciate. Hey, it was a few y'all in here tonight, 6 y'all now. Hit that like button on YouTube. Give me the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Go over to Culture Shot. If y'all some Patriots fans and know some Colts people go over there, hit them up, subscribe to his content. Been doing content with him for a few years. Real cool dude. Never turn me down, man. Much respect. Love your content, man. I love your fan side of the Colts and all that, man. I appreciate it. And hey, we might link up this all season if you out. If you at the Combine, Senior Bowl, I think I might go into the draft. I'm gonna be out there at the Super Bowl though. I'm gonna be out there for a little bit doing some content. So maybe we can hook up and link up, man. Hey, I appreciate you joining me, man. Be safe tonight. Be safe tomorrow. Have a good Thanksgiving, man. And
Man,
we be chit chatting up during the game on Sunday, man.
yeah, you know where to find me, man. I appreciate the invite as well. I'm only a message away, so appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have a good one, bro. Appreciate it.
All right, you too.